Hi everyone, my name is Natasha. I am the Dopamine Stitcher. Welcome or welcome back to my cross-stitching channel. So this is Flosstube number 2, and to be honest, I didn't plan on recording the second video so soon. I was going to wait until the end of the month, but I was so pleasantly surprised by all of the great comments and people who have subscribed already. I'm just so thankful. So thank you all for who has engaged with the first video so far, who's watched and liked and subscribed. I was very pleasantly surprised by all of the just very thoughtful comments that people left. And I loved how everyone kind of had a different thing that they connected with about the video. I connected with a couple of stitchers who are also based in Southern California, which is great. One person said they also watch bald eagle nest cams, which I brought up in the first video, so that was really cool. I'll actually be getting to that a little later. I'm gonna have a little bald eagle update. And another person really connected with the dopamine decor theme of my videos. And another person, they asked me, how do I organize my threads? And that's actually one thing that prompted me to do a second video so quickly is because I think that's a great question. Always so curious to hear how other people organize their threads when there's just so many. So I thought I would talk about that a little bit today. I'm gonna talk a little bit about how I organize my threads. Then I have a quick update on the 2 projects that I worked on since the last video in the last 10 days. And then finally, I have a little bit of haul that I'm going to share with you all. So, all right, let's get started here with the floss organization. So I mentioned in the last video, I split my time between 2 different residences. So I split my time between Oregon, which I'm currently here, still in Oregon. I'm going to be here for another 3 weeks. Then I'll be heading back down to my primary residence in Southern California. So I go back and forth probably at least 4 times during the year. So I had to figure out a way to organize my floss that in a way that it could be mobile and I could pack it and bring it along easily. So what I was doing pretty much all last year, possibly the year before that as well, what I did is I had 2 3-ring binders, and in the 3-ring binders I put in page protectors. So they're like just these thin like plastic sheets that you can slip like a piece of paper into, but they're also great for storing floss. So I would fill the 3-ring binder with page protectors, and then I would put a label on each page protector saying which numbers of floss they would, that it contained, just going in numerical order. And that worked pretty well because I could pack the binders up pretty easily. And I would basically, I would pick 2 projects that I was working on the most. And so I would actually just decide, okay, I'm just going to work on these 2 projects when I'm down in California this time. Then I'll come back up and I'll decide what I'm going to work on when I go back. So far it's only been 2 at a time, 1 or 2 at a time. So it was Lion Jungle, which was the first one I finished. I showed that FFO in the last video. And then now I've been working on 2 primary focus projects, which is the Kitschy Cute Collector by Aimee Stewart and Magic Roses by Genevieve Art. So I just got all the threads that I needed for those 2 projects and put them in the binders. I just got some of them overlap. So some of the numbers obviously are in both the projects, but then there's thread numbers that are in just one of the projects. So I'd put all those together and then I'd carry that back and forth. So I don't have the binders to show you, unfortunately, because they got all beat up, and especially the page protectors got all dirty and beat up, so I ended up throwing them away. But hopefully that description makes sense. Now, for next year, when I start going back and forth again, I'm gonna mix up the projects. I'm not gonna just work on those 2. I'm gonna be working on more. So I'm gonna come up with a new process for organizing where I can carry that with me. I actually have an organizer that I saw on Etsy it's soft and it folds up, so it'd be easy to pack. And I actually put it on my Christmas list. So I might possibly be showing that in the next video and showing you my new process for organizing threads before I go back to California again. But for now, I'm going to show you how I have my master set. So right now I have everything in one set, all the threads. And let me just grab this here, kind of heavy. I have these 2 big bins. I think I just picked them up from Michael's. And so I have one big one and then a smaller one, and they're all filled with little protectors. I think they're maybe designed for photos, but they work pretty well for threads too. So I'll just take one out here. So I just put a label on each one that shows the numbers, if you can see that. It's not coming through too clear, but so this says like 3301 through 3400. So I just have them grouped in groups of 50 for each one. And yeah, I just have a whole bunch of them here like this. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So it's 22 of these containers right now. So here's another one. Is that the right way? No, it's the wrong way. Okay. If you can see the number there. So that's another grouping. And then I just have them all in here. Some of them, like, there'll be more threads of a certain group of 50 numbers. And then that container is like really overstuffed. So that's kind of becoming a problem. I need to find a way to, so like, for example, this one, this is 700 to 749. But there's so many, like, it's just like packed in there. So I might try to find, I might have to get another one of these smaller containers and then spread them out a bit more, because some, like, there's a couple that are like, there's only 3 threads in there, and then there's others that are just overly stuffed. So anyway, it's not perfect, but it works for now. Then I wanted to show you how I'm, like, what I do with each skein of thread, which I think is kind of unusual. I've never seen anyone else do this, but this is what I do. It's what works for me. So I don't bobbinate threads at all. I tried it once. I don't know, I got really just kind of annoyed and frustrated with it for some reason. So what I do, so here's an example of, so here's a skein. So I'll start a new thread, pull it out as long as I want it. When I'm done with it, what I'll do is I'll fold it up in like this. I'll just kind of fold it over. And so here's like the last thread I worked on from this skein. So I just fold it up in here and add it in to the other excess thread that I didn't use yet. So here's like one strand here. When I'm done with it, I go like this, fold it up. And then I just take the top and then I loop it through like this, and then just put it back. So far it hasn't gotten tangled up that way, and it seems to work well. Once I start getting really low on a thread, I'll just take the whole thing out, and then I'll get the next like full skein of that color, and I'll loop that all the excess through there, because once it gets down, it's kind of hard to even keep it in this little, you know, plastic thing that's over it. So yeah, that's what I do with my threads. So hopefully that was helpful for some of you if you're looking for a new way to manage your threads. But there you have it. Again, I might have a new way of organizing to show you when I come back at the end of the month with the next video. So let's move on to the WIPs. So I only worked on 2 projects in the past 10 days, but I made some pretty good progress. The first one I worked on was the Grand Butterfly Ball by Aimee Stewart. Pulling up the picture here so you can see what it'll look like when it's finished. Okay. There it is. It's a huge project. It's going to be around for quite a while. And let me show you the progress I made in the past 10 days. Here it is. I will go ahead and add a picture of what it looked like last time so you can compare. Zoom in a little bit here. This is being done in Max Color. It's my only Max Color project. Stitch 1/1 full cross on 25 count. And I have the stats here. So in the last 10 days, I've added 2,064 stitches. I am currently at 1.37% on this project. And my plan for this now, so currently I'm working on this only about 2 months out of the year on weekdays. And so it gets about 2 pages a year. That's what who knows, that could change, no idea. So right now, what my plans are for this is, it's currently Sunday, so I'm not working on it today, but I'm going to go back to it tomorrow. So my plan is to finish the second page here that I'm working on either tomorrow, which is Monday, or Tuesday. And then I'm going to go back to one of my 2 focus pieces. The next one up to work on for me is Kitschy Cute Collector. So that'll be, I'll be working on weekdays after I finish this one, this page here, for the rest of the month. So that is the Grand Butterfly Ball. I almost finished that page. I was trying to finish it Thursday night, but I ended up having plans to go out and meet a friend for dinner, so unfortunately didn't get finished. So, I'm home now. This is where I grew up, so I do have quite a bit of friends here in the Portland area. So I, often have plans. I also have some colleagues that I know in the area, so I've been making plans to meet up with people. And it's great because, I got to get out, got to keep up those in-person connections, but it does take away from the stitching time. So, there's a trade-off there. Okay, so the next project I worked on is, this is my bald eagle. This is the one project I have that does not fit my style of dopamine decor, colorful, but I just love it. I think it's so cute. And I had to get a bald eagle in the mix. So this is the Noble One by Bogle from Heaven and Earth Designs. Butterfly Ball was also Heaven and Earth Designs. Can't remember if I said that. Right now, all of my projects are Heaven and Earth Designs. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like when it's finished. And here we are. Here it is. So let me get this thread out of the way. So I'm really pleased with the progress on it the past 10 days. I've just worked on it a few different days because, as I said, I'm working on this one on weekends. I think I talked about that in the last video. But yeah, so right now I'm working on this on weekends, 4 months out of the year. Yeah, I think it's looking really pretty, really realistic. I was kind of apprehensive about stitching all of this here because it's just so much background and it's not very colorful, not really a lot of detail. But I liked how quickly it went because there aren't a lot of color changes, and it is really, I don't know if you can see too well here, but it's just got this really pretty metallic kind of sheen to it, this kind of blended look of the colors, and I think it's turning out really pretty. So yeah, that's the Noble One. And in the past 10 days, I have added 4,990 stitches to it. I am currently at 8.27%. And so I will be working on it for all weekend days that are left for the rest of December, and then it's going to get put away until March. Also, so you know, I count weekend days as Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's 3 days a week I'll be working on this, and then I'll be working on either Butterfly Ball or Kitschy Cute Collector on the other days, which is 4 days a week. And while I'm showing you the eagle, I thought I would give you a little update on the world of eagle cams. So I know at least one of you who commented said they enjoy watching eagle cams. Maybe there's some more of you out there as well. I think it's a great thing to put on in the background just while stitching. Right now, I have a playlist linked. I'll link it again. I linked it under the first video, but I'll link it again under this one, of all the eagle cams I watch. I watch about, I mean, you can only watch one at a time, so I can't watch them at the same time, but my playlist, I think, has about 8 or 9 of them in there. And so currently, there's one nest that has kind of some exciting, an exciting development coming up at the end of the week here. So bald eagles lay their eggs according to daylight in the region. They're only in North America. So according to where they are, if you're looking at the United States, West Coast is different from Southeast. So eagles in the southeast part of the United States lay their eggs earlier, and then West Coast eagles lay them later, usually January or February. But there are a couple of eagle nests in Florida, down in the southeast, that already have eggs on their nests. And there's one nest that I want to call out, and I'll link to this one specifically. This is the Southwest Florida eagle nest. They have 2 eggs, and they are currently on pip watch beginning on December 13th. And pip watch means you're just waiting for the first pip of an egg. And a pip, I think it stands for something, it's an acronym, but that means like when the baby chick makes its first peck out of the egg and is going to start getting hatched and coming out. So if you want to see possibly some baby eagles being born live, tune into that nest starting this coming Friday, December 13th. And yeah, it should be fun. I will be watching. I haven't actually seen any yet be born live because the one nest that I followed a lot since I first discovered eagle cams is Jackie and Shadow in Big Bear, California, and their eggs did not hatch at all. So that was kind of sad. It was, and there's a lot of sad moments on the nest, so you have to be kind of prepared for that. You know, it's not a Disney movie. It's not like a happy ending every time. It's nature and it's in the wild. So there's a lot of sad things that can happen. So, okay, let's move on to the haul. Again, those were the only 2 projects I worked on in the past 10 days, but very happy with the progress on them. So I placed an order from 123 Stitch. That's where I get all of my fabric and thread right now. I don't know. They have pretty good deals on thread. It's not that expensive, and they have everything usually in stock that you need. So yeah, it's 123stitch.com. And so I ordered a piece of fabric, 25 count fabric, for my next new start, which is going to be the Heaven and Earth Design Stitch Along. I'm going to be stitching Drinks on the Beach by Stewart. I'll go ahead and add a picture of that here. And yeah, so I had to get that fabric, but I also needed thread. So there were a few colors I didn't have that are in it that I decided to, place in this order. And it just came in the mail yesterday, so I'm going to go ahead and just open it here with you all. I thought that might be kind of fun. All right. So here it is. And so these threads, I did get what I needed for Drinks on the Beach for the new start that I'm going to start next month in January. But I also got some threads just that were running low in my stash. And I wanted to get them now because 123 Stitch is usually sent by USPS. And where I live in Southern California, I live in the mountains. It's kind of a rural community. We actually don't have USPS service. That's how rural it is. We just have FedEx and UPS. So I do a lot of orders like when I'm here because I know I can get it delivered easily and quickly. So that's why I decided to stock up. In addition to getting just the Drinks on the Beach threads, I stocked up on the colors I was running low on in general from my stash. So DMC thread here. Got that, and go ahead and show the fabric. And here it is. So it's not that large of a project, so it's a pretty small piece of fabric considering sizes of other fabrics. So here we go. Here is the new fabric. Be stitching Drinks on the Beach on this. I just love how soft and perfect it is before it's worked on. Oh, so nice. All right, so that is all I have for you today. I plan on coming back with the next video at the end of this month, and I will show you the progress I've made. Again, I'll be working on the Grand Butterfly Ball. I should have that second page finished the next time you see it. Be working on the Noble one. I'll just have just as much as I can get done, maybe another page done. That'd be great. I'd be done with 3 pages on that. And then I'll be going back to Kitschy Cute Collector, so you'll get to see an update on that as well. So Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great holiday season, and I will see you soon. Bye.